What is up, my midlife shredders? Welcome to another episode of MTB Over 40. Today's video is all about tires. I'm going to be changing my set of tires, and so I thought this would be a good opportunity to talk about the tires I've been using and what I've found and what works, what doesn't work, and what I'm going to try next. So we're in my not so great looking garage. I did some cleaning up, some organizing, so I've created some space, so now I can film some work in here. And so yeah, so let's get started. Let's go. All right, guys, so first thing I'm going to do on my Fezzari Wire Peak, there's our new family edition right there. That is Monty, short for Inigo Montoya. If you can get that reference, but he is still very much a kitten and has no clue as what's going on. And so, but he loves the garage. He loves being here when I'm here. But the first thing we're going to do is remove the battery, so it's a lot easier to get up into that. This is my space. It's not great, but it's finally, I got some space to move around in. Still a lot of clutter, still a lot of garbage. Well, not garbage, but just useless stuff that's around here. There we go. As you can see, I got the Delium tires on here now. That's what I've been running lately. And over here, you can see these are the Assagais, the Maxxis Assagai and DHR2s. Those were what was on it before. With the Deliums, I got about a little bit over 250 miles, probably about 270, 280 miles on these. And these are really, so you can see, these are actually starting to flip back. All the knobs are starting to do that on both sides. So, and I still got a lot of tread left. They are not e-bike specific, but they are rated that you can use an e-bike on them or use them on e-bikes. I just washed the bike, so it's gonna be a little wet in some places. That's why you might see some water. All right, let's get the trusty random trash can out here and we'll talk about Delium. All right, so the Delium tires, for the rear, I got the Versatile tire. This is kind of like their equivalent to like a DHR2. It's a 2.4 rugged construction, which is a reinforced, probably close to like an Exo Plus, maybe double down casing or downhill casing, something like that. But reinforced sidewalls, sorry, not 2.4, 2.5 on the Versatile. And I got for the front, I got the Rugged, Rugged 2.5. And this is equivalent to kind of like the Assagai. Now, I will say, the front tire has done a lot better than the rear tire. I've been running these mainly on the e-bike, but I have put them on my LaSalle, which is my enduro bike, when I went to Utah. I'm going to be testing the Delium tires again. Got those on set for here at Deer Valley. So I've run them on both bikes. Similar to my Assagai and my DHR2, the Maxxis pair that I use, or last used, I would say they're pretty equivalent to those as far as feel, ride, grip. I really didn't notice that much of a difference between the two. Mileage wise though, I feel like I didn't get as much miles out of these than I did with the Maxxis. Again, these should be fine for e-bikes. However, I feel like at least for the Versatile, it didn't do as well as the DHR2 did. So hold on, buddy, you gotta stop. All right, so let's get these tires off and we'll talk about, we'll talk more about them. Now, obviously with the cost difference, you know, you might be saying, well, is it worth it? I might not have gotten as much mileage out of the Delium tires as I did with Maxxis, but the cost difference, is it still worth it? And That I would have to do a really a really close analysis on, because honestly, there's ways I think I could have saved some extra money on these, and you know, running inserts. I'm wondering if I could have gotten by with not needing the reinforced construction, because the reinforced construction is $10 more a tire, brings it almost to 60 bucks. By then, you're kind of getting into, you know, not far off of what some of the other name brand tires are. For like Vittoria Tires, I got Vittoria Tires for $69, $10 more than these. Now, will the Vittorias last just as long? I don't know. We're gonna find out. Now, you might have seen the review of the Lone Wolf doing a thing on these tires a little bit over a year ago, and he talked about, you know, how difficult it was to put these on, and I will agree, they were a little bit of a struggle to get on. Not too bad. Now, I also had the reinforced construction, so I'm sure that's even harder. To soften them up a little bit, I ran them without an insert for a ride or two, and then took them back off, and then put the insert in. And I will say, after I put the insert in, much easier to get the tires on. I love these tennis inserts. I've had no problems with them, no cracks, they have not been damaged in any way, and I've had them in, oh gosh, at least 3 sets of wheels over here for now. I'll wipe it down, soak up the rest. Say, so nice to have a garage. I have space to work in. Before, I had to constantly move things around because I had no space. Finally got some racks, load up all my tools and stuff that was just laying around everywhere. It's not perfect, it's not fully clean yet. I've got a lot of organization stuff I still gotta do, but much better. much better. Leaves are attracted to my garage. Every time I open this door, leaves just come in. We live on a straightaway that wind just howls down our street, and with that, tons of oak and maple leaves just come screaming into my garage. There we go. Woo. Some doing on that one. Now, I have to say, you can take all of this of what I'm saying with a grain of salt, because I'm not an expert at tires. I mean, to be honest, I'm only into my 3rd year of riding, so I don't have the expertise nor the experience to really say, you know, for sure, like what's great and what's not, and the ride feel of each tire and all that kind of stuff. I mean, all that stuff is, a lot of that's subjective. For instance, I've only ridden Maxxis tires before these Delium tires. So now inside the Maxxis group, I've ridden several different types of tires. I've done DHF, DHR2, Assegai, Dissector, Forecaster. So, you know, I've got, you know, a decent range within the Maxxis family, but other than that, that's all I've really tried. So when I talk about the Delium tires, the way they feel, the way they grip, all that kind of stuff, for what it's worth, you know, that I still have limited experience. Don't move. All right, let's talk about the tires that I'm going to be putting on. I got e-bike specific. These are my first e-bike specific tires that I've ever gotten. I'm doing the Mazzas, the Vittoria Mazzas, 2-ply, 28, 2.4 in the rear, 2.6 in the front. And yeah, I'm gonna give these a try. So I'm interested to see how the tread life compares to the non-e-bike specific tires. Just give it a nice wash down, get that old sealant off. All right, so this is the front. So this is gonna be the 2.6. Never used Vittoria Tires. This is only my third brand I've ever used. I have talked to people that use Vittoria Tires. They swear by them. They love them. Vittoria Mazza. One good thing I like about Maxxis tires is that you can tell there's a drive side or non-drive side. What are you doing? I'm really bad about getting tires on, so don't judge my technique because I really don't have one. The stem, usually the stem on the Maxxis, so on the Mazza, where should I put it? On the E? On the stem? Yeah? What do you guys think? Right on the E? Let's try that. Now before I go on, normally I'd put the Tannis inserts, but because these are new tires, every time I do a new tire, I often want to soften it up a little bit, especially when putting inserts in, because these are really stiff. After a ride or two, they soften up a bit, and then I can take them back out, and I'll put in the insert, and then kind of it's a pain in the butt to do it that way, but you know, once I have them in there, it's kind of a set it and forget it kind of thing. And another thing, I don't put sealant in it because I don't want to waste sealant. You know, really the sealant's there just to, you know, help. It does help seal the tire, you know, help seat it, and, you know, obviously when it punctures, but again, I'm only gonna ride 1 or 2 rides with these, and then I'll do it, you know, take them back off, and then I'll put sealant in. So I'm just prefacing that now as we start to progress with the process, so you kind of know what I'm doing. Obviously I'm skipping a lot of steps here, so far so good. Mazza's, wow, that was pretty easy even without the insert. Usually don't have that much good luck. So that was pretty good, got in there pretty well. Yeah, that was pretty easy. All right, we'll set that aside and then work on the rear. Again, I'm gonna clean it off. I'm gonna line up the E. I know I'm gonna get judged about a lot of stuff. People are gonna have their comments. Oh, you should have done it this way. You should have done it that way. Why did this move? That's always a fear. Not really a fear, but more just like a, do I really want to do this or not? And I've resigned to just going, you know what? I'm old enough. I don't really care what people think. I'll still learn if people have, you know, some tips and advice. I want to listen to that. But if you're gonna to be criticized, which I often get about my videos, hey, you didn't do that right, or, you know, wrong technique, or, you know, whatever, you know, unless it's helpful, I pretty much ignore it. yeah. I don't have sealant in there, so I don't need to bounce it around. All right. Here's my front. Both sides. There we go. That's enough. 22 pounds. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. You seem a little bit maybe thinner. So it says it's a 2.6. I don't think it is. 2.45 at best. It's not even a 2.5. 2.32. That's supposed to be a 2.4. All right, Mazza or Vittoria. I'm gonna have some issues with this. Now, it might be just needs to stretch out a little bit. I don't know. Again, not an expert at tires. Interesting. All right, well, all right, so now we're gonna put everything back on. There she is. New Vittoria Mazzas. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about anything that I talk about, I should probably left a lot of things out, I'm sure. Feel free to leave those in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And I would love to hear from you guys. If you ride an EMTB, like, let me know what tires you found are a great combination for you. Hey guys, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. It lets me and YouTube know you're interested in this type of content and help support the channel. There's several ways you can do that. You can hit the affiliate links down below, the Amazon links, no matter what you buy, whether you buy that item that I've linked to or something else. Anything supports this channel, as well as any kind of a super thanks. I would love if you gave in some way, or just subscribe and share, man. That would be amazing, because everything that I make off this channel goes right back into buying gear, going places. All that is funded by this channel. So help it grow, help it get to a place where, you know, we can start doing more things and more exciting stuff. I would love it if you help to support this channel. As always, live, learn, and send it. It is never too late to start. See you guys.